its vertical shift. It's the last guy here, right? Like I say, the only thing is, instead of calling them H and K, they call them C and D now. D is the parameter that controls the vertical shift. If D is positive, the graph shifts up, right? This is a vertical shift, so anything vertical, it just very user-friendly, right? It does exactly what you think it would do. If D is positive, the graph shifts up. If D is negative, the graph shifts down, okay? The only thing about sinusoidals is the D value is also the median value, okay? So the value of D, it says the value of D is called the median value of the function. The value of D gives you the horizontal line that separates the graph in half horizontally. So these graphs have tons of symmetry, right? I could think each period of the graph, right? This is the same. If I think of the graph as equal to like a hill and a valley, each width of the graph, the widths equal each other, right? The width, half a period, half a period, half a period. And I also have symmetry this way, right? This is that horizontal line. The median cuts the graph cleanly horizontally. So this is an amplitude, divides it into two separate amplitudes, right? Amplitude, amplitude. So there's tons of symmetry. So this, every sinusoidal graph, whether it's a sine or cos graph, has a maximum value, a minimum value, and a median value smack dab in the middle. We already found out how to figure out the median value, right? Either looking at the graph or we had that little formula. I don't know if you remember what the formula was. Max minus min divided by 2. So now we're going to figure out how to use the median value as well, or how to get the median value. Let's take a look at the graphs first and identify the vertical shift of each function. The normal sine and cos graphs, without any shifting, without any special A, B, C's, and D's, you can see the median value is the x-axis, right? Y equals 0. But that's not always the case. Sometimes we have a median value and the graph can be shifted up or down. So let's take a look at this first one. What does the equation tell you that D is? D is 2. So let's see, sure enough, there it is. The median value is 2. That cuts the graph horizontally in half. So we have an amplitude of 1 and amplitude of 1. Okay. Now, there's a formula. If you want a formula for D value, you don't really need a formula if you're given the picture, but sometimes people want a formula for the D value. So I can think of the formula for D as equal to D equals max plus min divided by 2. That's easy, right? When I take two numbers and I divide by 2, what am I finding essentially? The average, right? So that's all the median value is. It's the average between two numbers. Whatever my max and my min are, I'm just adding them up divided by 2. 3 plus 1 is 4, divided by 2 is 2. 1 plus negative 1 is 0, divided by 2 is 0, right? And sure enough, my median value, sorry, this was my median value. Median value is 0, right? D equals 0. So the vertical shift is, I guess we'll say 2, not 1, 2 units up. Vertical shift, none. Okay, what about this one? Vertical shift, none. Not too exciting, right? D equals 0. Vertical shift, 3 units up. D equals 3. Okay, so the vertical shift is a super easy concept for you because you've had so much experience with it. The only thing is, remember it's also giving you a median value. Something doesn't look right. Hold on a sec. I think this equation is wrong. Do you agree with that the median value is? I don't agree that sorry. I think the equation's wrong again. Let's take a look at this. This is my max, agreed? This is my min. Okay, let's do this mathematically. I think there's an error here. So max is, what value would this be? 0.5? And this would be negative 1.5? Okay, so let's calculate the D value mathematically because I don't think I think this equation is wrong. D equals 0.5 plus negative 1.5, all divided by 2. So I have to do my top first. A half minus 1.5 is negative 0.5, right? Or negative 1 over 2, right? So it's going to be negative a half. This is my median value. You can kind of tell by looking, right? Median equals negative 1/2. I think there's an error here, so we'll have to put negative 1/2 on the end here. That's better. So even though the vertical stretch or the vertical shift is an easy concept to understand and pick up, it's a very important part of the equation, right? When we begin graphing, the first things you want to do is identify the max, the min, and the median. And that gives you all the Y stuff that you need. Okay? Then the horizontal things you are concerned about are the period and the starting point. That's kind of the last thing I do is the starting point when I'm figuring things out anyway. Okay? Are you ready for some practice on your own? Okay, I've got a couple things for you to do. You can finish off that assignment. So now if you flip over what you did for homework, just keep going. Don't do the graphing, because we haven't done that yet, but if you do, you should be able to do from 6 to 10. So on page 190, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then I also have something that I'll get you to hand in to me, not for marks, just for more assessment. So it's just 4 graphs. I'm just going to get you to identify the amplitude, period, phase shift, and vertical shift for each picture too. So again, here I give you equations, so you have to pull the info out of the equation. Here it's asking you to write the equation. You haven't done that yet, so that'll be interesting. But remember, your equations are in this form. This is the form you use for equation. Y equals A sine B bracket X minus C plus D. Now, I put sine in here, but obviously you're going to use cos if they tell you to do a cos graph. Now, this is interesting too. I'm curious how far you guys will get with this because they give you the picture of a graph, but they don't give you the equation this time. So you have to rely on the picture only, because I've been kind of giving you both up to now. So you just have the picture. So you have 4 of those. And then finally, number 9 and 10, it's asking for equations. So see what you can do there. And then number 10 is again, determining the A, B, C, D values of this graph. So stop there, don't go to number 11, just stop there. I'll give you this paper anyway, it's just a tiny, like I would do this one after you do your homework, and you know, hand it in when you can, and I'll take a look at your skills, just for extra practice. So this isn't for marks, it's just for extra practice. But do your homework first, because I think your homework will give you lots of nice practice.